Okay, so hello, hi to whoever's listening. It's Lebu Aliyah here, and I just want to talk about something with you guys. So today I want to talk about not caring what people think about you. I feel like this is definitely easier said than done, because when you think about it, it's so easy to just tell someone or to even believe that, I'm not going to care about what another person thinks. I'm not going to allow another person to influence me. I'm not going to put myself in a place where I am seeking validation and approval from others. But the reality is that sometimes this is just not something that's easy to understand and then also work to no longer be a functional habit in your life. So we'll talk about me, because obviously I don't know what anyone else is going through. I can only speak from my perspective. So this is my perspective. I have been working to deliberately remove other people's opinions from my mindset. Now, this has been really difficult for me because of the environment that I was raised in, the way I was socialized to interact with people and society in general. You know, we live in an age of social media where people are posting certain pictures, they are saying certain things, they are presenting themselves in a certain way for acceptance, for approval. And because of what people think about them, that's a huge driving force in what they do and how they are. And I don't blame them. I honestly don't blame them, because I think it takes mental power and sheer will to actually recognize the cycle and then to remove yourself from that cycle. So for me, I've realized that in my life, I've always sought external validation, and other people's opinions have always shaped and formed my opinion. For instance, I remember once as a young girl, I am 30 this year, well, turning 31, but I think I was early teens, either 11 or 12. Me and my friends on weekends, we would walk around the neighborhood, just talking, having girl chats. And there were boys in our neighborhood that we grew up around, that we obviously, some of us had crushes on these guys. But there's a specific guy that I remember in my group of friends. We were walking past them, and this boy made it a point to embarrass me. So what he had said was, we were walking with my group of friends, and he went to such an extent of describing what I was wearing so that whatever was said, it wouldn't be confused as to who he was talking about. He was clearly directing it to me. And what he said was, as he was screaming for everyone to hear, was that he told me how ugly I was. He said, "You in the middle wearing this and that, I just want to let you know that you're ugly." And one, I was shocked, I was embarrassed, and I couldn't believe why he was saying the things he was saying to me. And in my mind, it literally planted a seed of me being ugly. Now, I know now, and I realized years later, that this boy was lying to me. That in fact, I was actually beautiful. And maybe he was projecting his insecurities on me because I wasn't interested in him and I never gave him attention. So he decided to be me. But what I had done is I had internalized all of that, all of his opinions and his projections, and I made it into truth and fact. And I went along my life feeling and thinking this way. And it affected me in such a way that my confidence took a nosedive, and I started seeing myself in the lens of his opinion, his uninformed opinion, his opinion that was actually a lie, because actually I was quite cute. I still am, but I didn't know that, and I didn't have enough self-affirmation to even reject his opinion and to view it as an opinion. And also, as a young person, you don't always have a parent's affirmation to tell you actually who you are, So when the world gives its opinions of you, it's so easy for you to fall into that trap. So now, knowing what I know now, and with the experiences that I've gone through and the reading that I've done and the research that I've spent time looking into, I can safely say that mostly people's opinions are literally a projection about themselves onto you. They are unable to carry the weight of what they think about themselves, so they want to kind of, share it with someone, put it onto someone so that they don't have to deal with it. And then as a person, you accept this and you agree to this. And then you go around your life carrying what another person thought about you, which was false from the start. So, and I've realized how dangerous and how limiting it's been in my life, because for years, literally years, I even went into a narcissistic marriage with someone just because he said to me I was beautiful. And that was the first time I had heard someone say that to me, which is crazy, crazy, crazy to me. But it just proves the point that you should never, ever let another person's opinion matter to you. It shouldn't. What you think of yourself and what you know about yourself should always trump what another person thinks about you. Because have you ever been in a situation where maybe you are interacting with someone and someone tells you things or notes characteristics about yourself that you just know that aren't true? It's one thing somebody telling you something that's true, something that you've already maybe thought about yourself. But it's another thing when somebody tells you a characteristic or a trait about yourself that you don't even see, or it doesn't resonate with you. You've never heard it before, but this person is adamant that this is who you are. You need to listen to what you think about yourself, because nobody lives inside your body except you. Nobody feels the things that you feel except you. Nobody lives in your intuition except you, So I'm just giving advice to somebody who was younger. Maybe a boy said something, or a guy said something to you that shaked your self-esteem, that made you feel less than. I just want to let you know that 9 out of 10 times that guy is lying, or that boy is lying, or that person is lying. It's not true. And you know yourself better than anyone can ever claim to know you. And anyone who claims to know you clearly doesn't know themselves. Because if you know yourself, you know that you can never truly know yourself. Therefore, you can never make such an arrogant statement as claiming to know someone. That's just ludicrous. So, yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. And I hope it doesn't take you years to recognize and realize that somebody lied to you. Because it took me a long time, and I wasted so much time. So don't waste your time. Do you believe in you? Know who you are, and don't let the opinions of others shake you, because other people will deliberately say things to keep you in a certain space, to keep you in a certain way. Which reminds me, when I was leaving my ex-husband and I had left him, I remember he told me something like, oh, nobody would ever love you as much as I love you. He literally said that to me. And for whatever reason, I actually knew that that was a lie. I could recognize and realize and just see the deceit in that this person wanted me to accept a life that was making me physically sick, emotionally sick, mentally sick, and for me to accept that that was love when it wasn't. And I'm glad that God was there to intervene on my behalf and to make me realize that actually, no, this person is lying to you and they want to keep you trapped in this sham of a relationship and a marriage. And you need to choose yourself and you need to leave this because it'll never work. So if you ever in doubt, go back to what God says about you. God is your creator. He knows who you are. He created you and he says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So that's whose opinion should matter. God's opinion above anyone. I don't care if it's your parent, your friend, your boyfriend, your husband, your sibling. They can say whatever they say, but you know who you are and you need to stand firm on that no matter what.